Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show 2. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hi.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about how everybody loves cheap real estate. Is there anything better?
Who knew?
There's a couple of things might be better, but
I don't know.
Cheap real estate ranks in the top 3 or 4 for sure. Hey, before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the Land Academy, landinvestors.com online community. It's free. We just changed it.
It's coming. Patrick and Jessica asked, hi, as we mentioned before, we're receiving many signed offers with deeds that have multiple properties on them.
Sorry, guys.
All right?
It works.
And we only want to purchase one. The county is saying that the owner needs to put them on their own deed. Does anyone know if we can have the property owner record a quitclaim deed with him/herself as grantor and grantee for each property? We could prepare this quitclaim deed for them and then send a notary, maybe even with a new deed that passes it to us. Then we could send all into the county and ask them to record the quitclaim deed first. Thoughts? When we acquire with a title agent to help, they just want to close the whole deal and won't do this little part. These are within our first 10 deals, however. We are seeing many of them, and we would like to be able to know how to do this. Thanks in advance. Well, we've done this before, too, and so...
Thank you for answering this.
You're welcome. Typically, you don't need a quitclaim deed.
No.
So, and let me... I know that we all want to really trust and believe that the county is always 100% right, whoever answers the phone. They may not be. They may not have been there that long, and, so won't even really go there. But here's how you solve this, because Jack and I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I will buy properties from one person or one entity, like maybe I'm buying 25 at one time, but I'm not going to turn around and sell 25. And then I'm not going to have it recorded 25 times, because Jack and I have bought properties like
by the thousands.
Right?
Thousands of properties on one deed. 1,000
recorded deeds times $25 is a lot of money. We're not doing that to record each one individually. So no. But when I turn and sell it, I'm only selling one out of that group, which is correct. So they don't need to do anything. You just need to do one deed showing that one line item, that one property with the proper legal description is the one that's being now sold to you and transferred to you.
Here's where the confusion happens, and this is good. We get this question a lot. When you go register a car with a title, you can't put 2 cars on one title, right? Well, you can with real estate. Mm-hmm. You can put 300 properties, 1,000 properties, 2 properties on one single deed, and then sell them with
separately.
An individual deed.
Right.
So it's a new typical question, and it's a good one. And I think we answered it.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
If you have a question or you'd like to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. Today's topic, this is the meat of the show, by the way. Everybody loves cheap real estate. Jill and I, over the years, have had to fictitiously make up what we do for a living every time we go to a cocktail party or a dinner party. Because we have to then answer all these questions. Like, what do you mean I can buy a house for a way less than it's worth?
Oh, my gosh. And then everybody's trying to give us money, too.
Yeah. And I'm sure if you're a member or if you're in the business at all, you've had to... you've had to do this too, because you can't, you end up just talking about the whole thing.
Right.
Plus, to make it worse, we have a talk show about it.
I know.
Then there's questions about that. So what's your latest show? Weren't you like a valet for a while?
Yeah, I did that for a while.
Did you park cars for the NBA
I designed parking lots, because someone's got to figure out how the stripes go in the mall parking lot. I've done that job. Let's see, what else have I done?
So what do you think the fascination is with people that are in love with cheap real estate? Because I'm one of them.
Well, I think the bottom line is it's something that everybody is interested in. I don't care who you are. Buying an asset like this, especially for way less than retail, piques everybody's interest.
It could be
you're a little old lady grandma and it piques your interest. Like, what do you mean I can buy the ranch next door for way less? Yeah, you can. So that I think is what starts it. And then what happens is they don't. It's understanding and grasping that it really exists, and then they have all these questions about the process, and it's just like, oh no.
They go through like the five stages of grief.
Exactly.
Anger, denial, and then finally they accept it.
Acceptance. Exactly. Bargaining.
Bargaining. That's right.
That's right.
Well, that's not
Anger,
true.
Denial, bargaining. Acceptance. We're missing one. I know what the other one is. That's
we're getting a million emails on this.
So
we could Google it. We're not. If I went to a dinner party and somebody said, what we do is we buy diamonds for half.
Could you imagine? It's like, that's a
what
beautiful
do you mean
ring.
Buy diamonds for half?
Isn't this great? He spent $12,000. Well, he could have got it for $6,000. I could have got it for him for $6,000. Be like, what?
No one wants to hear that.
No, but.
Yeah, you paid too much for your house.
Yeah, you paid too much for your watch.
You paid too much for your wife.
Yeah.
That happens.
Right. Oh gosh, don't go there.
So, to make this not just a silly podcast episode, what do you think it really is about cheap real estate? There's something about land. That's what really the show is about. There's land is like, there's been wars over human history over land and property, and it gets to the root of everything. I just love it. I love the business world.
There's a safety and security. Having a piece of land that you could put a fence around and stand in the middle and no one can bother you, versus even having a very full to the rim with gold safe, having that in your closet. There's something different. You're right. It triggers something in all of us that's very safe, I think, secure, comforting, knowing that.
Comfortable balance sheet item too.
But knowing that if everything else goes sideways, I got a place to go, and that's mine, and no one can take it away from me.
Here's some of the conversations I've had over the years with people, some quirky stuff about the business we're in and about land and real estate. Well, in this country, you never really own land because you have to pay taxes. So you don't really own it. It's just the government really owns it.
Right.
That's malarkey.
I agree.
Here's another one. I'm a socialist. I don't think people should be able to own land at all. Like in communist Russia, the government should own everything and provide for us. That's a bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, we don't.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Why are you badgering these poor people and sending them offers? Why you're extorting them?
Yes.
Oh, really? I'm putting a gun to their head and making them sign it? Here's the truth about that. If you're new in this. These people thank us. I didn't know what I was going to do with this thing. Thank you for taking it off my hands.
Gosh.
I know.
I'm so happy.
God bless you. I hope you make a ton of money on this thing.
How fast can we do it?
I'm so tired of paying the taxes on this thing. The houses too. Thank you so much for sending a letter. We just didn't know what we were going to do. We need this money.
And I wanted to downsize.
And I know. We don't. Here's the thing about it. And Jill's a huge stickler on this. We don't send them a letter that says we're going to foreclose on your house and you're a terrible, terrible person for this. No, we send a respectful letter that says we'd like to pay $80,000 or $90,000 for your $120,000 house. We know it's worth $120. You know it's worth $120. But think of us as a check cashing company. And if you want to get out of it real fast and not have to fix the plumbing and the whole thing, we're going to cash out on Thursday. Very respectfully. And if you don't want to do the deal, I totally understand. I've got 19 more right below your piece of paper here on my desk. Away. So that's it.
Yeah.
What's more? Everybody loves that.
Not funny.
Everybody on all sides of every deal that we do loves a transaction, or they don't do it. We are not shy to absolutely walk away from a deal because there's for some reason uncomfortable. So once in a while we get a call from an angry son that says, you sent my elderly mother a letter, you're trying to take advantage of her. And I usually get involved. We have people answering our phones and all that stuff. When that happens, I get involved and I calm the guy down because I don't want anyone to think that ever.
Oh yeah, no.
Nobody's trying to take advantage of anybody.
Yeah. Haven't had though. It's few and far between. And like you said, if they're not interested, then they just throw it away, or they, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I move on too. They move on. I move on.
Yep.
So, yep.
Our whole organization, Land Investors, we talk about selling the property like 5% of the time, and we talk about buying the property like 95% of the time.
Why is
buying the
that?
cheap real estate, because when you buy it real cheap, it sells itself.
Exactly.
Usually you can sell it to the neighbor.
That's the funniest thing that people come along and they ask me, when we're doing like consulting calls or something, or people are thinking about this and they have a lot of questions. And the one thing is, well, talk to me about marketing and selling. I'm like, well, that's the easy part. And they're like, what do you mean that's the easy part? I'm like, oh,
What do
trust
they say?
me.
They're worried about it, aren't they?
They
Look,
are.
I don't want to be stuck with all this land.
They think that you have to, because some of the people I know in our world have been told by individuals that you better be a good writer and you better know how to describe the property well and do all this stuff, or it's not going to sell, which is so not true. It's not even funny.
Look, if you put an assessor's parcel number in a state county on LandPin, which is a website Jill and I own to sell real estate, and you put the fact that it's half price in a picture of the area, it's half the price that it's worth. It's going to sell.
And you
in a
spell
week.
everything wrong.
Yeah,
You're still going to be fine.
Yep, exactly. So believe me, there's no issue with sales. Even during the worst downturn, we were selling property. We weren't selling it for as much, but all we did was adjust.
Money.
We adjusted our purchase price.
Made a profit.
So even during the worst downturn, you just buy it cheaper and sell it cheaper. The whole thing moves down. And right now, we're at what I think is a pretty serious peak in the market. The economy all the way around. We've never paid more, and we've never sold it for more. So you just adjust. I love cheap real estate. All of it. I love it. I don't like office buildings. Everybody's got a thing.
Oh.
I don't know why. I just don't. I love apartment buildings, residential
I would think
housing.
that the
I love
tenants
townhouses.
Are you talking about buy them and holding them, or just flipping
I don't
them?
like office buildings. I don't even like to look at them. I don't know why.
That's really weird.
I know.
Oh, office.
Oh, maybe.
Office space gives you a rash.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Kind of like coach seats give you a rash. I can't sit in coach. I get a rash.
Small boats give me a rash
Yeah,
too.
exactly. I got it.
Certain kids. One of the 3 children that we have gives me a rash,
Yeah.
but they don't know which one.
You don't really have a dog allergy. You just don't like dogs. Let's just call a spade here, Jack.
I have a rash about white wine too.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you have a rash
Or
about
cheap wine. I have a rash about cheap wine. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you do.
I
Actually.
do. Like, I'm not drinking that.
Here's
It's
a
pink.
secret about Jill. We live in California. She refuses to drink California wine.
I don't
I shouldn't
anymore.
be saying this on the
I
air.
know.
You don't anymore?
I don't anymore.
She only
I
drinks
used to.
European wine.
I've changed my ways. There is a difference.
I agree.
It's a difference.
We got to get to the bottom of that.
I
If
hate
you
to be
drink
a
a lot
wine
of wine, if
snob.
you're like a wine snob, and if there's something different about the soil, or I would love. Can you email us? I'd love
I
to
bet
know.
Kathleen knows. If Kathleen's
Yeah.
listening, she knows
I bet.
that I love Italian and French wines. There we go.
Right. Like not even South America or anything?
No.
Wow.
No.
I learned something about you today.
There you go. I have bought wine. I have poured wine down the sink.
So have I.
Traveling in other countries, going, what is this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Join us in another episode where we're probably going to talk about something a little bit more substantial than this. That's information.
And I'm going to try my best to keep it all together. That's inspiration. That's
Try to stay
me.
awake. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. That wine thing's a crack up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
funny.
there's nothing better than buying cheap stuff. I've been in a lot of businesses in the past where you buy inexpensive things that are less than the value of what you sell them for, and there's just nothing like real estate. I don't know why.
Well,
You don't have to ship anything, first of all, which is really helpful, except paper.
I'm still on the wine thing, but okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I don't think it's a necessarily you get what you pay for, but there's differences in the regions and the wines, and I swear I don't get the headaches and stuff the next day. Like today.
Oh my gosh, we made some friends last night.
Yes, we did.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the
Cash Flow from Land Show. We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land,
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
and really fast. Thanks for listening.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.